Question for Mr. A.S. Narayanan. As a senior leader, how do you see the importance of this child protection session in strengthening the deaf community in India? And what more should be done at the national level? So today's session on children's rights and children's protection was really important. We learned so much. You know, the deaf community, lots of people in the community do not know what the rights are, what children's rights are. So if the children are strong, the community is more empowered, it will help all of us, right? And the children's rights are very important, 4 things especially. We talked about POCSO, we talked about Child Marriage Prohibition Act, we talked about the JJ Act, and we talked about the Child Labour Act. All these laws are very important for children to also learn along with adults. We need to create awareness about this, and as National Association of the Deaf, what we would like to do is, bring leaders from all over the states together, train each other, learn more about all of this, and once we have more training and learn more, we would be able to help our fellow deaf members even more. So let's see what happens with that. Can you share how this child protection session was helpful in strengthening the deaf community? What will be your next steps after participating in the session? Today's session was amazing for me, but one thing that really touched my heart was about children's protection on child labor. Because a lot of times when parents are not doing economically well, they, end up selling their children, forcing their children into labor. You say it, be it sex work, be it any other kind of labor. And that is something that has, really it just really impacted me today, that we as a society really need to do something about it, because it is a big challenge. Be it, a child with disability or without disability, be it a deaf child or not, when economic conditions become bad for families, we shouldn't let our children be in these, situations. We should reach out to NGOs, associations that are working on this. We need to demand to the government that these children cannot be in these situations. We need to give them what they deserve, which is education. We need to protect them so they can have independent and a happy life. Because, a lot of children, these children who are in this situation, they would feel depressed, they would feel sad that they're not being supported by society. There are other children who are getting the same things, right? We need to make their parents aware. We cannot let the parents put their children in that situation no matter what. We need to support them, encourage these children so that they can grow and, become, great adults. But thank you to Keystone Human Services India Association for this session.